Hello, everybody. Welcome to my weird and wonderful world. And I had wanted to rank what I have left of my CDs and DVDs of Rush. I went through all the studio albums, but thinking back on it, it's going to be impossible for me to actually rank any of the CDs, like the live CDs and my DVDs that I have, because what I got sort of kind of bleeds and blends in together, and the live stuff that I have on CD, it's such an integral part of the DVD box sets that I have, and you'll understand as I go through this what I'm talking about. Now, let me start off, okay? And again, this is more of a review rather than a ranking, because I will try to give a little bit of a ranking idea here and there of where they kind of place as some of my favorites and not so favorites. But this is not a ranking video. Now, I have here, okay, these three things of a show of hands. There's all the world's a stage, and then I have exit stage left. Now these are fantastic, and I love having these, but and I very rarely ever play them because I basically kind of have it on this. I have here exit stage left. I do have a show of hands here, and the only one I don't actually have, I think, on yeah, the only thing I don't have on DVD is All the World's a Stage, but I do have a show of hands on this, and I do have exit stage left. But I also have the basically the Grace Under Pressure tour and the accompanying CD that goes along with that. If I don't have time to watch, if I'm like doing other stuff like cleaning or cooking or whatever, and I want to play a Rush album, I can play this. But if I'm in the room here and I'm drawing or something, and that I can actually put the concert on, and I love all three of these. I have played this quite a bit back. Like, I haven't played this in a while, but I really do want to get back into watching some of these. So so that's it for that. Now, I also wanted to add that I have different stages here live, and this is a 3 CD box set for the different stages thing. I'm pretty sure it was the Test for Echo tour, but it has set one. It has set one and then set two, but is this here that's pretty special? And where's my magnifying glass? Right there. Because that is it's a 1978 Hammersmith Odeon London concert, which has some great stuff from 1978, like from Bastille Day, By Tour, The Snow Dogs, Xanadu, Farewell the King, Something for Nothing, Cygnus X1, Anthem, Working Man, Fly By Night, In the Mood, Cinderella Man. Just to quickly name through that. Yeah, this is probably some of my favorite live stuff of Rush that I have here. It's fantastic. What I actually really like about All the World of Stage is that they actually in is one of the few times that they do the entire 18 minutes of 2112, like pretty much the whole thing, and then they follow off with By Tour and the Snow Dog right after that. Yeah, it's really good. And again, they're always going to throw in Working Man. In every show that they do, they put Working Man. So that kind of goes te- technically through the CDs that I have of Rush Live, talking strictly about the live stuff. But I also got R30 here, like the whole DVD box set, right? but I also have the accompanying CD version of it. So so you can see that there is DVD 1, DVD 2, and then this would be considered the yeah, it's hard to see on there, but that says disc 3 and disc 4. Now, weirdly enough, you could at one point buy this with this in it, that it comes with it. But I bought these separately. I had bought this, and then maybe a few months later, I had seen that floating around, and so like I had to get this. This I consider this to be part of my live CDs, but all in all, again, when most often I would rather play the DVD stuff. And what makes Live 30 extra special is the second disc, because it has interviews, some great interviews. There's one interview, I think it's the 1979 Hamilton Ivor Wayne Stadium interview with Geddy Lee. Geddy Lee looks so tired and haggard and just like worn out. He looked like the tour was really getting to him, and it's a great interview, but it's like that's probably the most I've ever seen Geddy Lee looking all ragged and tired like that. But it's the anthem Vault that I really like, because it has the video for Fly By Night. It has a MPEG one from Rock Concert of Finding My Way. There's also In the Mood. There's videos for Circumstances, La Villa Stradiato, A Farewell to Kings, Xanadu, a little thing of a sound check for Free Will, or the Spirit of a sound check for the Spirit of Radio. They have a cool little video of Closer to the Heart with Bubbles in it from the Trailer Park Boys, and some Easter eggs. There's quite a few Easter eggs in here that I found them all. It's cool. So that's why I'm bringing that up, because not only and this is pretty great. I got a little story about this a little later on in the video that I have to tell, but yeah, I also have the CD for that, and I love it. I love it. Put that back in there. And I love that they have the booklets with them. I have the booklets, of course, to go with it, which is awesome. Now, continuing on with the theme of CDs and having the live stuff on CDs, this here, okay, it looks like a DVD set, and it does have a DVD in it. The fourth disc there, the black one here, no, actually, sorry, the gray one here, that is a DVD of the show. But all the white, the red, and the black one there, those are all CDs. It's 3 CDs of just pure Rush stuff. And I have played all of this at least once, but I played the DVD multiple times, because why wouldn't you want to play the DVD? But I kind of still include this in some ways into the live CD stuff, because it is mostly CD, even though it does have one of the DVDs in there. So that's kind of into that category there of and I really do love this show, because when you're watching the show of R40, they do kind of a weird history things where they'll start off with in modern times, but as they're continuing the song listing, each song kind of goes back in time. So, and as they're playing, you have people coming on stage in the background, changing the set, making every few songs, the set changes to look more like their sets from previous shows. And I think that's a really cool aspect of that. I mean, going with the stuff from the Clockwork Angels, starting off with like the Anarchist and Headlong Flight. Then going back to like with Far Cry, the main Monkey Business. Then there's from Snakes and Arrows, and there's Vapor Trail, and there Roll the Bones, and they keep going back in time with all their stuff. Then they get to Moving Pictures with Tom Sawyer and YYZ. Then they go to Permanent Waves with the Spirit of Radio and Natural Science. Then there's Jacob's Ladder, Hemispheres. Then they go into Cygnus X1. And then they do Closer to the Heart, Xanadu, 2112. So it keeps going backwards in time, and the set reflects that as they go along. So I do love this, and it's awesome. But we're gonna get to some of my more favorite kind of stuff here. Now, I also have the Clockwork Angels tour, which has that 7-piece string ensemble. And a kind of a cool story. Not the first part of the disc, like not this stuff here. This is all bonus for me. But I actually went to see this for one. It was a one-time only thing. I went to the theater. I went to the theater and seen all this part of the DVD on screen, like almost like being there live. Now, I had never seen Rush live. It's an opportunity I wish that I would have had. I would have loved to at least seen them once live in my life, but that's not going to happen, as we all know. But yeah, to being able to see this here on the big screen live, second best to being live. Yeah, it was pretty awesome because pretty much almost everything they do here is all from the Clockwork Angels album. Like pretty much almost all the songs, right from Caravan all the way down to The Garden. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They do 9. Well, actually 8 songs from Clockwork Angels in a row, and then they start doing some of their yeah, they do they? No, they actually don't. But yeah, they do Dreamline, they do a cool drum solo, they do Red Sector A, YYZ, The Spirit of Radio, Tom Sawyer, and 2112, which is awesome. It's awesome. I do love watching this too. But yeah, the special part of it was that I saw that whole second set on the big screen. Put this to the side as I get to I saved the best for last. This is my all-time favorite live performance of Rush. I love this concert. I kind of wish I had the actual CD of this too, but I have to go with Rush in Rio. That, and it's mainly not just the song list and how they perform the song. I still think it's some of the greatest performances of those particular songs they do on this. And hopefully you can see the set list there. I know it's maybe a little bit faded, or a little blurry, but yeah, when they have the intermission and then they come back with One Little Victory and Driven, and those two songs, they work so perfect back to back. Yeah, this is from the Vapor Trail tour. That dragon being in there and everything, it's fantastic. I really love the show. And what makes it so cool is those all those people at the concert. When you watch this show, it's the audience is like a living wave. It's just a wave of they're so overjoyed, and they're singing along to the songs and all that. And I thought it was perfect. Now this was the very first the first live performances I've ever saw of Rush. Before even getting any of the other stuff. My my roommate at the time had this, and this was the first thing he got when he was able to get stuff from Rush, and yeah, that blew me away. That blew me away. That kind of alone made me such a big fan of Rush. And then not too long after, okay, coming back to this, he showed me this. Now, it's funny that these were the only two I had seen at the time, and this was probably around 2008, 2000, yeah, around 2008 when I had seen these. And one thing that I noticed about these, it was the contrast between this show and this show here. Now this is, in Rio, and those Puerto Ricans are, is that correct to say? I don't want to offend anybody by calling them that, but if they are Puerto Ricans, yeah, I I love the people. I think they're beautiful, and like I said, they were singing along to instrumentals. They were singing to the instrumentals and doing their kind of their own little thing there, and a wave of people. It was just the whole stadium was just bouncing and so energetic and so alive and vibrant. But then you get this, okay, which was, and this concert here was 100% for the fans. They did this showing for the fans. But being a 30th anniversary tour of Rush, that they decided to record in Frankfurt, Germany. Germany. And no offense to the German people, I love German people. I love because I have several albums, all pretty much all in German. I have like four to five, yeah, I have four albums for sure that's all in German, and I love them. I think they're great people. But this concert here, the audience is like a concrete floor. All you see is the fist up in the air going like this. There's some shouting and cheering in that, but nowhere near compared to the liveliness of this. And so when I saw this, I was like, okay, they did this for themselves. They did this to kind of jam out, and it's like they were alone on the stage. It's like they weren't in front of an audience. The way they were kind of doing their songs for them. This is for the fans. This is for the band itself when they did this, and they couldn't have picked a quieter. It's probably the quietest audience that I ever seen in in any of their live performances, and that's why it was such a contrast, and it blew me away. It blew me away that these were the first two shows that I saw of Rush, and but this is the best. It's just that contrast. The contrast just really like struck me hard. Now, the next three I want to show you here are actually four. It's not so much live performances, but they're more of the documentary stuff in that. Well, I'll start off first here with the videos. This here is all the older videos, and I would love to get a Chronicles 2, a second part, where I have all the rest of the videos that came after this. But it has Closer to the Heart, The Trees, Limelight, Tom Sawyer, Red Barchetta, Subdivisions, Distant Early Warning, Red Sector A, The Big Money, Mystic Rhythms, Time Stands Still, Lock and Key, and two bonus tracks of The Enemy Within and After Image. And I really like this. I love having like DVDs of videos of a band, and I have a few others here and there. But when it comes to Rush, and I will state right now that Rush is my favorite Canadian band of all time. They are my favorite Canadian band. Maybe in my top 5 favorite bands of all time also, because I think they're so talented. I really love once you get past Geddy Lee's vocals, because as a kid growing up hearing Rush here and there, I was not a fan of Rush because of, well, I didn't really get Geddy Lee vocals. They were a little tiny bit irritating. But I quickly changed my mind on that, and now I love his vocals. I love the range that he can get. He doesn't always sing high like a squirrel on drugs. He has range, and I love everything he does. But yeah, I really I love having the videos, and wish I had a part two with all the rest of their videos. That would be so awesome and ideal. And now, starting off with the least favorite of my Rush documentaries, but still fantastic, and I'm so happy to have this. I have this really cool retrospective of the two main Rush albums. I mean, it's the two albums by Rush covered in this film illustrates the changing nature of the band throughout the 70s and then into the 80s. And yeah, so this classic album program contains exclusive interviews with band members, all the three band members, Geddy, Alex, and Neil, along with exclusive performances, archive footage, and an in-depth examination of the original multi-track tapes with the band and producer Terry Brown. Yeah, if you love those two albums, and if you saw my ranking of the studio albums, you know that these two albums are my favorite. Interchangeable as number one. I kind of chose Moving Pictures a slightly over 2112, but I consider them pretty much equal in my book. And this is a great little documentary that highlights the specialness of those two albums, and I'm so happy to have this. And then this is kind of a bittersweet note. I still love this documentary, but this here, Time Stands Still, kind of marks the final. It's a documentary, but it kind of marks the final days of the band, and just before they retired, and a little bit before the passing of Neil Peart, which, rest in peace, the greatest drummer who ever lived, in my opinion. I still think he's considered the greatest drummer ever. It's such a good little retrospective, and it's a good little farewell documentary for Rush, and I really do like this and appreciate it, but it's not up there in my favorite Rush stuff. It is a bitter, like I said, it is a bit of a bittersweet documentary, and it's still great. It's still worth having. Now the last thing I wanna present, and I love this. I watched both discs of this many times, and I have the steelbook version of this. So it's in a nice metal case that I cherish. It Into the Lightest Age it comes with a book. It comes with both discs. I love the bonus stuff just as much as the I love the bonus stuff here as much as the original documentary, and it makes you fall in love with the band even more as human beings. It shows the three guys as in their most human, their most vulnerable, and their most fun. It's just you really feel, once you watch this, you really feel like you know the guys, as if like they're like your friends down the street that you get to know intimately. And this is my favorite, probably up there in my along with this as being the best concert I have of Rush. This is the best documentary, and probably my second favorite DVD set that I have of Rush. I love this documentary, and I watched it several times. and I'm due to watch it again whenever I can. So yeah, all my DVDs that I own, and not to down but like yeah, talking about the CDs, and but all these DVDs that I have, to just a quick recap. All the world's a stage. Exit exit stage left. A show of hands, and different stages for the CDs. And then let's go with so yeah, we have R30. We have the the two album presentation. Time Stand Still, Chronicles, a Clockwork Angel tour, R40, and the two best ones that I own that I really love. Now, before this gets too long, I didn't want to make this more than 30 minutes. I was hoping it would be a shorter little video. Oh, I almost forgot to show this. Yeah, it's a replay times 3, which is fantastic too in its own right. And I need to watch these again. They're not very long shows, so I will be getting into that soon. So that is all my collection of what I didn't present in my two-parter of my Rush Studio album ranking. And so I had to get this out of the way. I was going to separate them into two different videos, but I decided no, I'm going to do it all in one exclusive, because like you've seen, it's all kind of melted together. It's impossible to separate the live albums from the DVD sets, because they are combined in many ways. And so yeah, everybody out there, I thank you for watching. I thank all my subscribers again. I want to try to do this as much as I can here and there to let you know how much I appreciate everybody who does subscribe and love my channel. I do it for you. I do it for my true fans, and everybody else. If you come around, you're always welcome. I will always accept you for who you are, no matter where you're from. And so, thank you everybody who has joined me. And please, easily leave a like. It's so easy to do, and I don't understand why people don't leave more likes. And comment. I will always do the best I can to try to comment back. Hopefully YouTube will show me more of your comments, like give me notifications so I can comment. And as always, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everyone, have a great day, evening, night, wherever you may be. Peace, everybody.